Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Thank you all so much for your association. We'll continue with our class on Caitanya-caritāmṛta. Let's offer our Mangalacharan prayers and then we'll go ahead. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Śrī Caitanya-manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamscha Shri Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatham Vitam Tam Sajivam साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपदां सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखां वितांश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमस्तुते तप्त काञ्चन गौरांगी श्रीराधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये पंचतत्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकम् वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रस्थाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवास आदि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे गुरुवे गौरचंद्राय राधिकाय तदालय कृष्णाय कृष्ण भक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः। मुखं करोति वाचालं भङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्येश्वरम्। जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंदा जय अद्वैता चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंदा जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंदा जय अद्वैता चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंदा जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंदा जय अद्वैता चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंदा। So we will be officially starting today this Caitanya-caritāmṛta class. We have done the introduction in the previous session, and from today onwards we'll start chapter 1 of Adi Lila. So last time we discussed that this entire Caitanya-caritāmṛta is divided into 3 books, that is Adi Lila, Madhya Lila and Antya Lila. So we will definitely not go verse by verse because it is just covering the essence, and we will see how we go. We plan to go for chapter wise, but let's see how it goes. So this is chapter number 1, and we know this is entire book was compiled, or you can say is authored by Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. The spiritual identity of Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami in the spiritual world is Kasturi Manjari. Kasturi Manjari in the spiritual world came as Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. And in the very first chapter, the first 14 verses are just the Mangalacharan verse. That also we saw last time, that he will be simply elaborating these 14 verses of Mangalacharan in the first 7 to 8 chapters. He will be elaborating. So the very first verse, he pay obeisances to the spiritual master, to Vaishnavas, to the incarnation of the Supreme Lord, to the manifestations of the Lord, his energies, etc. Then in the second verse, he pays his obeisances specifically only and only to Sri Nityananda Prabhu and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Third verse describes the glorification of Mahaprabhu. And in the 4th verse, he have invoked the benediction of the Lord upon all the world, praying for the mercy of Sri Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu upon all of us. And in that verse only, he has also explained the external reason for the appearance of Mahaprabhu. In the 5th and the 6th verse of Mangalacharan, he has explained the prime reason for his advent, means his internal reason. So in the 4th verse, he gave the external reason. In the 5th and 6th verse, he has explained the internal reason for the appearance of Mahaprabhu. In next 5 verses, that is 7, 8, 9, and 10 and 11, he has explained the glorification, the identity, and also he has paid his obeisances to Sri Nityananda Prabhu. The 12th and the 13th verse talks about Sri Advaita Acharya, about his identity, and he has glorified him. The 14th verse, the last verse of his Mangalacharan, he has talked about Panchatattva together, that how they are the Lord, they are his plenary portion, his incarnation, his energies, and his devotees. After that, 15th, 16th, and 17th verse is also the part of Mangalacharan, because then he has recited the pranam mantra. In the 15th verse is the pranam mantra of Shri Radha Madan Mohanji. 16th verse is the pranam mantra for Shri Radha Govind Dev Ji, and 17th verse is the pranam mantra for Shri Radha Gopinath. And after describing this, then Shri Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami explains the first verse of Mangalacharan. So what we will do is, definitely we will not spend time, because it's only a 1 hour session. And in 1 hour session, I was planning to cover the first 17 verses every day, means just the recitation, but that won't be possible. So what we will do is, we will take those Mangalacharan verses and one by one we'll elaborate. Okay. So this will be the pattern that we will be following. So then Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami says, after explaining about first 17 verses, then he says, Granthera Arambha Kari Mangalacharana Guru Vaishnava Bhagavan Thinera Smaran. He says, now officially I am starting the Grantha. I am writing, I have invoked the benedictions, I have done the smaran of Guru, Vaishnava and Bhagavan in my Mangalacharan, and now I am officially starting this Grantha Arambha. Okay. So we will also do, this is the first Mangalacharan. Vande Guru Nisha Bhaktan Isham Ishavatarakan Tat Prakashamscha Tat Shakti Krishna Chaitanya Samyakam. So this is the Sanskrit verse. It is an Anushtubh meter. And in this verse, translation goes, I offer my respectful obeisances unto the spiritual masters, the devotees of the Lord's incarnations, his plenary portions, his energies, and the primeval Lord himself, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. So in this very first verse of Mangalacharan, Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami has offered his obeisances to everybody. To whom? First he is saying, to my spiritual masters. Then he says, that is Vande Gurun. Then he says, to the devotees of the Lord, that is Isha Bhaktan. Then he says, to the Lord's incarnations, that is Isham, first is then Isham. Isham is the Lord himself. Then Isha Avatarakan means the Lord's incarnations. Tat Prakashams means his plenary portions, his Prakasha Shakti. Tat Shakti, then his energies. And last is his primeval Lord himself, that is Isham, who is known as Shri Krishna Chaitanya, who is named as Shri Krishna Chaitanya. So as Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami explained all these terms in detail in chapter 1, we will also follow the same pattern. Before describing about this verse, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami describes the types of Mangalacharan, because in the first 14 verses is just the Mangalacharan. So he's saying Mangalacharan haya trividha prakar, vastu nirdesha ashirvada namaskar. He says that there are three types of Mangalacharan, and all these three types of Mangalacharan I have included in my first 14 verses in Caitanya-caritāmṛta. So what are the three Vidha Prakar? What are the three types of process by which one can offer Mangalacharan? He says first is the Vastu Nirdesh, when he is defining the objective. Second is Ashirvad, when he is offering benedictions, that whosoever will be studying and will be reciting this Mangalacharan will be offered benedictions. And then last is offering obeisances. Okay, so we'll see all this in detail. Now this is the first Mangalacharan verse. So he says, Krishna Guru Bhakta Shakti Avatara Prakasha, Krishna e Chhaya Rupe Karena Vilasa. So if we see the very first verse, that is in the Sanskrit, now he has done it in the Bengali. So Guru, Isha Bhakta is the Bhakta or the devotee. Isham is the Lord himself. Avatara is his incarnation. Prakash is his manifestation. And Shakti is his energy. Okay, so this all will be explained. So in Bengali, he is saying Krishna means Isham, Guru, Gurun, Bhakta, that is Bhaktan. Shakti is Krishna's Shakti, his avatara and his prakash. Krishna e Chhaya Rupe. Chhaya means these all six. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Krishna e Chhaya Rupe. All these six are actually Krishna only and Karena Vilasa. So Lord Krishna enjoys by manifesting himself as the spiritual masters, the devotees of the Lord, the diverse energies, the incarnations and the plenary portions. They are all six in one. They are Krishna hi Rupe. All these six are the forms of Lord Shri Krishna only. Eichaya tatvera kari charana vandana prathame samanya kari mangala charana. So now Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami says that I therefore worship all these six diversities of the Supreme Absolute Truth. I worship their lotus feet first, and by samanya kari, prathame samanya kari mangala charana. By invoking their benedictions, I have just offered this verse in glorification of all these six diversities of the same absolute truth. So what he is doing is, he is invoking their benedictions. Okay, so what kind of Mangalacharan this verse falls into is Ashirvad, because he is invoking benedictions. Okay, so he is saying this verse is Ashirvad type of Mangalacharan. Let's see. So this was the first verse. Vanden Gurun Isha Bhaktam Isha Isham Isha Avatarakam Tat Prakasham Satat Shakti Krishna Chaitanya Samyakam. Vande Gurun. Okay, this can also be as a namaskar, because he is also offering his obeisances by using the first word Vande. Vande Guru. So now he'll be describing about the spiritual master. So what he says, Mantra Guru Arayata Shiksha Guru Gana Tahara Charane Age Kariya Vandana. So he says that before doing anything, before even worshipping the Supreme Lord himself, I offer my respectful obeisances at the lotus feet of my initiating spiritual master and Mantra Guru. Mantra Guru means the personality, the spiritual master who has given Diksha. So I offer my obeisances at the lotus feet of my initiating spiritual master and all my Shiksha Guru Gana and all my instructing spiritual masters. So Tahara Charana, their lotus feet, Age Kariya Vandana, I am offering my obeisances. So this way he is saying that Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is now offering his obeisances. Now this word guru is he saying. So this is plural. Okay, this is plural because anyone who gives spiritual instructions based on the revealed scriptures is also accepted as the spiritual master. Normally we say that only Diksha Guru is the Guru, but actually it's not. Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami says that anyone who gives spiritual instructions which is based on the revealed scriptures, that personality is also accepted as a spiritual master. And though, yes, there is Diksha Guru, but all the others are also the instructing spiritual masters, also known as Shiksha Guru. Now, we have not exactly come across that who was the Diksha Guru of Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. So that has not been highlighted, but we have to understand that if that is not being highlighted, that doesn't mean that he didn't have one. Okay, because without the mercy of spiritual master also one cannot progress. So one should have one Diksha Guru. But that is, we have to understand that he has not revealed the name of his Diksha Guru. But then he has revealed the names of his Shiksha Gurus. He said that Nityananda Prabhu, who came in the dream, who ordered him to go to Sri Vrindavan Dham, and and then he immediately, next morning, he started for Vrindavan Dham. And all the six Goswamis also, he says that they are also my instructing spiritual master. And we know that how Srila Raghunath Das Goswami was also there in Vrindavan when Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami came, and under his guidance, he got all the points, all the, what you say, the lilas. He got to hear all the lilas of Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu, especially when he was in Jagannath Puri in the last 18 years. And only on the basis of that, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami wrote this Caitanya-caritāmṛta. Just like we see that how in the case of Srila Narottam Das Thakur also, Narottam Das Thakur, he was the disciple of Srila Lokanath Goswami Maharaj, right? Lokanath Goswami. But he was also the Shiksha disciple of Srila Jiva Goswami. So with Lokanath Swami Maharaj, he was a Pancharatrika disciple. Means he officially took Mantra Diksha from Srila Lokanath Swami Maharaj. But from Jiva Goswami, being also because he was in the Anugatya of Srila Jiva Goswami, and therefore Jiva Goswami in Bhagavad Parampara also became his spiritual master, because only under his guidance he became steeped in his bhajan shiksha. So therefore he's saying that yes, one should offer obeisances to everybody, whether it is mantra diksha guru or it is shiksha guru. We have to offer obeisances to everybody. Then Prabhupada actually he comments, he says that how mantra guru is very, very important. He says that if one is not properly initiated, then one may present, though one may present himself but a very great devotee, but actually this is a fact that without taking official diksha under Pancharatrika Vidhi, one may encounter many stumbling blocks on his path of spiritual realization. So, therefore, a person should take initiation. If he has not taken initiation, then he'll be like a helpless person, and that is compared to a ship without rudder. So, a ship without rudder can never reach its destination. So, some says that, oh, yes, Srila Prabhupada is my Diksha Guru. I consider Prabhupada only as my Guru. Yes, Prabhupada is the Shiksha Guru of the entire ISKCON community. Very true. But still we have to take Diksha. Tad vidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadikṣanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshina. Bhagavad Gita says that one should take initiation from a living guru, because that guru will help us to grow further in our spiritual realization. Because serving that pariprashnena sevaya, we can ask questions, we can do service, the physical service to the spiritual master. Because only by doing these two things, by offering physical service and by, of course, asking questions, so that our spiritual master can also hold our ears and make us learn, that is very, very important. Of course, he is a Tattvadarshina. So therefore, it's very important that one should accept a spiritual master if he really has a desire to gain the favor of the Lord. There is no chance to serve the spiritual master directly. If in case, then a devotee should serve him by remembering his instruction. When Vapu Seva is not there, then Vani Seva comes. Of course, Vani Seva is much higher, but Vapu Seva is also equally important. But then Prabhupada says that in case if we are not able to offer the physical service to our spiritual master, then we should serve him by remembering his instruction. And then he says that there is no difference between the spiritual master's instructions and spiritual master himself. But in his absence, therefore, his words of direction should be the pride of the disciple. Guru Krishna Rupahaya Shastre Rapramane Guru Rupe Krishna Rupe Karena Bhakta Gane. So Guru Krishna Rupahaya, according to the deliberate opinion of all the revealed scriptures, the spiritual master is non-different from Krishna. He is the direct representative of Krishna. Guru's in Guru Ashtakam also we sing, right? Sakshat Haritvena Samasta Shastra. That Hari, that our Shri Guru is Sakshat Hari. And this has been explained in all the Samasta Shastras. In all the revealed scriptures, the spiritual master is non-different from Krishna. Guru Krishna Rupa Haya Shastre Rapraman. Guru Rupe Krishna Kripa Karena Bhaktagan. Because in the form of spiritual master only, Krishna Kripa comes. So that means Shri Guru is actually the manifestation of Krishna Kripa. The mercy of Krishna will come only through the spiritual master. So Guru Rupe Krishna Kripa Karena Bhakta Gana on the devotees. So Lord Krishna in the form of the spiritual master delivers his devotees. See, the relationship of a disciple with his spiritual master is as good as the relationship of a disciple with the Supreme Lord. It's as good. Kabir Das also says, right? Guru Gobind do khade kake lagu pai, balihari Guru apne jin Govind diyo bataye. That if my spiritual master and Shri Govindji both are coming together, then I will first pay my obeisances to my Shri Guru, because it's only through the mercy of Shri Guru that I got to know Krishna. So Krishna Kripa comes in the form of Shri Guru. Therefore, a disciple must look upon the spiritual master as the Kripa manifested representation of the Supreme Lord. Okay. Then he continues. Types of gurus. So Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, then he discusses the different types of guru. One is Diksha Guru, who gives formal initiation. Shiksha Guru, who gives instructions. And these instructions are according to the scriptures, nothing outside. Then third is the Chaitya Guru. Chaitya Guru is Krishna himself, who is sitting as Paramatma in the heart of every living entity, who guides from within. And finally is the Vartma Pradakshak Guru, or you can say Path Pradakshak Guru, one who shows the path. So in our life, it actually goes from 4, 3, 2, 1. First comes the Vartma Pradakshak Guru, who shows us the path. That yes, please come to the temple, you should come to the Bhakti Vriksha. They show us the path. They are the Vartma Pradakshak Guru. Then from within, somebody guides us that yes, you have been invited, you should go. That is the role of Chaitya Guru. That is the Paramatma, the inner voice that comes and helps us and guides us from within. That yes, this path is good and we should keep following it. Then we start receiving the instructions, and they are our Shiksha Gurus. And finally comes our Diksha Guru when we formally takes initiation in the Sampradaya. Now, this is very important, this word Shiksha Guru, which has been very, you can say, loosely used in our Sampradaya these days. That we call even the Bhakti Vriksha leaders also as Shiksha Gurus. Yes, in one sense, they are because they are giving us instructions. But because our entire parampara is a Shiksha parampara, so we have to be very, very careful by calling them as Shiksha Gurus. They can be our mentors, they can be our counselors, but Shiksha Guru, the terminology that we give it to somebody, it is a very high class thing, because in the later, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami in the later verses will be explaining that actually there is no difference between Diksha Guru and Shiksha Guru. So Shiksha Guru should be such who can guide us and make us very, very firm and determined on the path of spiritual progress. Shiksha Guru should be very, very approachable. Because at times when our Diksha Guru is not there, then we can immediately approach to a Shiksha Guru and seek guidance. Just like we saw in the case of Srila Narottam Das Thakur. Though he was the mantra Diksha disciple of Srila Lokanath Swami Maharaj, but his spirituality increased because he was working under the guidance of Srila Jiva Goswami. So Jiva Goswami became his Shiksha Guru. That doesn't lessen the importance of Srila Lokanath Swami Maharaj, Lokanath Goswami Maharaj, of course not. But still, Jiva Goswami, he is equating directly on the level of Srila Lokanath Swami Maharaj, because he is, one is his Shiksha Guru and one is his Diksha Guru. I'll just stop this and I'll show you that how our parampara is a Shiksha parampara. This is can share this. Sorry. This is, we know, our Bhagavad Gita. See, in the introduction also, the entire parampara is given. Right? And if we see, they are mostly the Shiksha paramparas. I'm sorry, I just stopped that. So from Krishna comes Brahma, from Narada, then Vyasa, then Madhava, then Padmanabha, Narhari, Madhava, Akshobhya, Jayatirtha, Dayanidhi, Vidyanidhi, Rajendra, Purushottam, then Brahmanya Tirtha, then Lakshmipati Tirtha, Madhavendra Puri. He was the mantra disciple. Ishwa Puripad was also the disciple of Madhavendra Puri. Now, in this case, Diksha Guru and Shiksha Guru are the same. Like Ishwar Puripad took Diksha from Madhavendra Puripad, but also he took Shiksha. So, Shiksha Guru and Diksha Guru can be one. Then we know Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took Diksha from Srila Ishwara Puripad. Then his disciples, Lord Chaitanya disciples as Rupa and Sanatana and then Raghunath Jiva, all the six Goswamis. Then now see here, Krishnadas is coming. Now, after Raghunath Das Goswami comes Krishnadas Goswami. Now, this Raghunath Das Goswami was the Shiksha Guru of Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. This is Krishnadas Kaviraj only, our author of Śrī Caitanya-caritāmṛta. This title of Kaviraj was given to him by Srila Jiva Goswami after he wrote Govind Lila Amrita. Otherwise, his name was Krishnadas. So he was coming under the disciplic succession. He has been added under Raghunath and Jiva. But these two are his Shiksha gurus. After Krishnadas is Narottama. See now, even Narottama Das Thakur we know that how he also took initiation from Lokanath Swami Maharaj. But he also took Shiksha from Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami and Jiva Goswami. Narottam Das Thakur's disciple was Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, who is also not his Diksha disciple but was his Siksha disciple. Then our Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur gave it to Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj, who is also the Shiksha disciple. Then from Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj comes Bhaktivinoda Thakur, who is also Shiksha disciple. Then Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj is also a Shiksha disciple of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. And after Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj, we have Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, who has taken Shiksha as well as Diksha from Srila Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj. And then we have our A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. So in one way we see that it's mostly our Shiksha gurus. Okay, Shiksha Parampara. So it is very important that we don't loosely use this term of Shiksha Guru. We have to be very, very particular because Shiksha Guru and Diksha Guru should be on the same platform. If any personality, we cannot keep it on the same level of our Diksha Guru, then better not call them as your Shiksha Guru. Okay. No difference between Shiksha and Diksha Guru. Shiksha Guru Keta Jani Krishna Rasa Rupa Antaryami Bhakta Shrestha Ei Doi Rupa. One should know the instructing spiritual master to be the personality of Krishna. He is also the manifestation of the Supreme Lord. Today, if you accept somebody as your Shiksha Guru and tomorrow if you see some flaws in him or something that really breaks your heart, then that means, and then you say that, oh no, now he's no more my Shiksha Guru. Well, that doesn't work. So better be careful in first hand only that before accepting somebody as your Shiksha Guru, check it 1,000 times, million times. Only then accept somebody as your Shiksha Guru. And same case in the case of Shiksha Gurus also, they should be also very, very particular in accepting someone as their Shiksha disciple because it's a huge responsibility. It's a huge responsibility. So therefore, one should be very, very careful. Antaryami Bhakta Shrestha Eidu Rupa. Lord Krishna manifests himself as the super soul and as the greatest devotee of the Lord. Now comes Isha Bhaktan. So also Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, he quotes Acharya Mam Vignam Navamanyata Karhechit Na Martya Buddhi Suyata Sarva Deva Manoguru. That one should know the Acharya, the spiritual master, as myself. This is from Srimad Bhagavatam, and then never disrespect him anyway. One should not envy him. One should not have envious attitude towards the spiritual master by thinking him to be an ordinary man. Now see, here it refers to both, whether it's Shiksha Guru or Diksha Guru. If we have that Martya Buddhi, that consideration that my spiritual master is an ordinary person, then we are committing an offense because he is also the direct representative of all the demigods, and also he is actually the representative of all the demigods. Even Uddhava said this, that, oh my Lord, spiritual science cannot be fully expressed if they are because he says that actually it's only the mercy of Shri Guru that the spiritual science is imparted in the heart of the disciple. Right? Divya Gyan Hriday Prakashito. The transcendental knowledge is actually imparted in the heart of the disciple by the mercy of the spiritual master. And then Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami also quotes about Srila Bilva Mangal Thakur, that how Bilva Mangal Thakur also, when he was writing his Krishna Karnamrita, the first he says that all glories to Chintamani. Because Chintamani, though she was a prostitute, but she was the first person who actually gave him the path, showed him the path, Vartama Pradakshak Guru, who actually showed him the path of spirituality. So he says that I first bow down to Chintamani. The glory is to Chintamani because she was the one who showed me the path. And then I give my obeisances to my initiating spiritual master, that is Somagiri. So, how important it is that we should be very, very careful. And the point is that not seeing any flaws in the spiritual master because that leads to a great offense. Now, in our verse, we have say Vande Gurun. We have seen, so whom he is referring to. Now comes Isha Bhaktan. Isha refers to the Supreme Lord, and Bhaktan means his devotees. ईश्वर स्वरूप भक्त तारा अधिष्ठान भक्तेरा हृदय कृष्णेरा सतत विश्राम. A pure devotee constantly engaged in the loving service of the Lord is identical with the Lord, who is always seated in his heart. So now he is equating the pure devotees to be identical with the Lord. So he is saying, I am bowing down to all the devotees. Now the devotees they are also of two types. Say bhakta gana hai duvidha prakara parishad gana eka sadhaka gana ara. The pure devotees, they are also two types. They can be personal associates, the parishads of the Supreme Lord, and they can be a neophyte devotees, or you can say the sadhakas, the struggling sadhakas. So, pure devotee and the sadhakas. But he is saying, I offer my obeisances. One day I give my pranams to both Isha Bhaktan without considering whether they are the pure devotees or they are neophyte devotees, they are sadhakas. But then why Krishna's Kaviraj Goswami describes this verse is for all of us so that we make this kind of discrimination, not so that should not pay obeisances to all of them, but to whom to accept our shiksha.